Okay, so hello people and welcome to my channel. I think the recording has started. Okay, I can see my the light of the camera being lit. So welcome people to my channel and here I am screen recording the thing which I have just made. Now just tell you the crux of what am I going to make. What is my plan? The thing is that I am learning React Native after learning React JS. I have made some projects in React JS and some projects would be pushed to deployment and would serve as a real world project, like in real time environment the people would be using it. So that is first comes the React JS and for the web design web React for the web, and then comes the React Native, that is React for the app development, that is cross platform development for Android and for this iOS. So here what I am trying to build is an UberEats clone app where the user will be able to order the food which he or she wants. Then there would be a driver app, like firstly telling that the each and every single app which I would be making, I would be deploying them on Amazon AWS. Now, firstly there would be this food ordering app, that is the user app which the user would be interacting with. Then comes the driver app, and then comes the restaurant dashboard, that is that is uh, like basically what you can say as the admin dashboard, right? So firstly let's begin with what have I made. As you can see on the screen, my VS Code, I have just started the expo. Fine, the expo run build, expo run start has started, and here is the emulator running. So what I can see here is, firstly I'll give you the crux of what is happening over here right now. Still I'm just on the verge of making it, so as we proceed I'll just record my screen and then we'll just be posting it on social media. So this is the first page, like this is the home page which is getting rendered. Obviously the margin is not that perfect, but yeah, obviously styling is a thing which I'll be taking into consideration. So right as of now, I have this home page right over here, and then the lists are getting rendered. Obviously, this is just this thing is hard coded. Like the data which is coming in here is hard coded into some file which has. Okay, I'll just show it to you. Assets, and then we have here Uber Eats asset bundle. And then over here we have the, see, this is the JSON data. This is the restaurants JSON data. So what I'm trying to do is hard coding the front end part as of now, because later on when I'll just be integrating it with the actual application, with the actual thing, then the data would be fetched from the backend, right? The data would be fetched from the backend. So at that time I'll just have to make a fetch call to pinpoint the data from the backend onto my front end. So as of now what I have done is hard coded these things, right? Okay, so when you click on this, this goes to this page, that is, let's say there's an item and I just want to order that item. When I click on it, then there shows the title of that thing and what that restaurant orders other than the actual thing which I have just clicked on. So here comes this Cajun ribs, original and baby. Oh, just forget about the name. Just like focus on the logic, right? So this is the thing, Cajun wraps and all these taglines, heading lines. When I click on any one of them, you see there comes how many number of items do I want to order. Let's say I just want 3 pieces, let's say 6 pieces, and okay, let's just say 4 pieces I want. So I can just increase or decrease the number of items that I want, and then I can just add it to the basket. Now when I'm adding it to the basket, here comes the trick. Here comes the thing that is still hard coded. I can understand, like as of now it is hard coded because I don't have that backend ready. When I'll just be making that backend, I'll just be making a fetch call from the front end so that the data can be right from the backend. And here I am. So when I'm like these are all the basket orders which I'm currently having, and then the create order is still left. So now this is the status as of now. Now I'll just show you the code, gist of the code, and here you can see that this is the back button. When I press the back button, this is thing. Obviously, as I said, that the margin is a thing which I'll just be styling it. So I need some more time. So these are the assets folder, and then there comes the components, which wherein I have basket list component, list list item, order list item, and restaurant item. So here's the code for some of them. I'll just be showing it to you people. So this is the code for just some of them. I guess I should close this. My machine is getting heated a lot. So I think that I should just close this. Um, yeah. So this is getting closed, and then we can just be like, okay, I'll just reload my machine. Okay, it says no, nothing is connected. Well, fine. I'll just close my emulator. I've just closed my emulator. But as of this time, so this is the code for the basket dash items. This is the code for the list items which I have made. So here the logic is that each and everything is the same as the as of React, just until and like some of the points which vary, not that much, but yeah, to a little extent. Let's say for example, say let's say in case of Vue, in case of React, we have this div, we have this p tag, right? Div tag. Then we have this uh, like self closing tags. But in a way, in this case, we instead of having div, we have this view, and instead of like in React, just what used to happen, that we had this div inbuilt. We did not import it from somewhere, right? But in case of Vue, we need to import it from React Native. So just these are the basic differences which I did not focus on in the which I did not focus on initially, because I had to like I had a like I used I like it took me some time to understand that what needs to be imported and what not, because I have come from React.js, and obviously it was a little easy for me to transition into React Native because the concept and the logics are mostly the same. Just a little amount of difference comes where there's an extra logic needs to be added, or maybe there's some extra inbuilt functions that need to be understood. So this is the thing. So I have learned this. And obviously these are this I'm using native bend. As you guys know, as you guys must be knowing, that we cannot use tailwind directly with React Native, right? So we need to use native bend. So that's the thing which I'm using native bend. So, and here is the thing, and I'm using navigation. As you guys know, that React navigation slash native provides us a with a use navigation library, wherein I can make an object, and then with that object we can just navigate to different screens, I should say. In the case of React, just we say that we navigate to the different pages. In case of this, we say that we navigate to the different screens. And here we are. And then this is the class name. This is the dish name. I'm just showing you the crux of thing, right? Because obviously in this short video I cannot explain you the flow, or like how is it working, right? So I can just give you the gist of what is actually happening in here. So you guys saw the demo of what was actually happening, and then I'm just showing you a little amount of code. So these are the components, right? These are basket items, this item, data list items, and restaurant items. So, and then here comes the node modules. Okay, fine. Here's the navigation, and here's the screens. Now again, these screens, as I said, the logic remains the same, right? What am I actually trying to do? That thing remains the same. Just the extra amount of inbuilt functions which are needed, which needs to be kept in mind while working with React Native. And yeah, that is the thing. And like for example, if you forget, if you like, this is the most common error which I have almost seen each and every single time I am trying to work with this React Native, is we cannot use view inside text. It gives an error, right? We can use text inside view. So this is the thing that we need to keep in mind. So this is what the index. Now the thing is that I want to really show you is this. Oh, my bad. This navigation thing. Yeah, this navigation. What happens in case of React.js? The pages, right? I won't say screens. I would say pages in case of React.js. The pages where we try to navigate must be enclosed inside browser router, right? Browser router, then routes, then route path element, route path element, route path element. The number of the pages that we need to make, right? So now in case of React Native, what we are having is, instead of browser router, we are having navigation container, right? So this is the exact library in which we need to enclose the entire this app.jx, what is happening, and then we need to use it in that way, right? So we have included this entire thing inside the navigation container, and the root navigator is embedded inside this navigation container, which is imported from React Navigation slash native package. So I'll just go to this, and this comes to this one. So let us see what is happening over here. So firstly, what have I done is I have I have imported this create native stack navigator, right? These things are present in the docs. So when you navigate through the documentations of the React Native slash navigation, when you go through the docs of the React Native documentation, then you can easily find that what is happening and what is not. So this is the thing which you need to import, and then we need to create an object out of it. Now this object, it contains various key value pairs, right? So it contains various key value pairs. So one of those key value pairs is this navigator. So stack.navigator, right? We need to include each and every screen inside dot navigator. So dot screen, right? The object, like there's an object of this native navigator, this stack navigator. There's obviously this stack navigator. We need to create that object, right? When we create that object, that object's screen is embedded inside that object's navigator. As we can see over here, the screen is embedded inside navigator, right? The screen is navigated inside navigator. And what is this name component? As you guys know, if you know React, that in case of React, yes, we use route path element, whereas where the path is that address where it pinpoints to, right? And element is the component where we need to pin, which we need to show on that path getting hit on the browser, right? As the URL. But in case of React Native, what we have is screens, right? So in case of React.js, route path element. In case of React Native, it's name and component, right? Screen name and component, right? So name would be home tabs. That is, what is this home tabs for? Let us say, for example, I need to navigate from list items to home screen, home tabs. Let's say home tabs. So I can use that use navigation library to go to switch between the screens, right? And that exactly comes, and there exactly comes this home tabs, right? So this is extremely important, so that we can navigate to the different screens inside the app. So here comes the function which I have made, and then this is for the navigation, right? And this is for the bottom navigation. As you guys must be knowing that in case of app, below the bottom side we have 3 to 4 buttons. Let's say, for example, in case of Instagram, so we have this button navigator, right? We have this button navigator. Now what happens is, in case of this in case of this create bottom navigator, what happens is, again I have created this function which returns something, right? Which returns something. And there's again this navigator, there's again the screen. As I had said, that screen is embedded inside navigator. So screen is embedded inside navigator, and each and every single screen has its own name component, has its own name, has its own component, right? Has its own name, has its own component, has its own name, has its own component, has its own name, has its own component. So this is the React Native Stack Navigator again, which I have embedded inside this home tabs is embedded inside this root navigator. Now in case of this home stack navigator, we can see that where have we used. So firstly we have used that inside this tab screen, and then there comes this order stack navigator. Where have you used this guy? This guy is used inside this one, right? So we can see that in case of this home stack screen, we have this restaurant name as restaurants, where we can navigate to. If we move on to this restaurants named page, restaurants, the page is restaurants, we can move to the home screen. When we have this restaurant, we can move to the restaurant detail screen. Then we have dish, and we have basket. So exactly this is the thing which I have learned till now and have been implying all these to make an app currently, which is the Uber Eats clone. But once I get the idea of what is actually happening and how the things are happening, like I would be using Google APIs to to know that how to find out the shortest distance between two paths, right? How to find out the shortest distance between the two paths and actually implement those kinds of algorithm. Obviously I have learned those in my I know about all of those algorithms, but the thing that the real life application is not yet done, and I need to imply those all in the real world projects, right? So yeah, this was the thing, and this is all which I am up to. So hope you guys like this video if you are still watching to this end, because I'm just a beginner and I'm just creating content, just and then just pouring it out on social media. So if you guys have stick this long, then thank you guys, thank you for bearing with me. And yeah, this is it. So I'll just be updating it on my social media, whatever I'm learning and whatever I am trying to build. So I'll just be sharing it all. Thank you guys, thank you for watching.